The word marketing is first used to describe what we marketers do in about 1915, so you might think that marketing was born in the 20th century. Before then, marketing was never studied, not taught in universities, not taught at all. Phil Kotler, Peter Drucker, Theo Levitt wrote and taught marketing from the 1960s. P&G developed marketing as a craft in the 20th century. So where was marketing before the end of the 1800s? Did it not exist in Victorian England? Was it absent from medieval Europe? No marketing for the Romans, Greeks, Egyptians, Chinese, Aztecs? No marketers? Certainly no marketers in the cave. Suddenly, out of the darkness of thousands of years, in about 1900, marketing sprang to life. This is of course absurd. Philip Kotler described marketing as influencing an exchange of values. We humans have been exchanging values as long as we have lived on the face of the earth. To say that we only first started influencing the exchange process for the last 100 years or so makes no sense at all. But if you look at marketing as a new word to describe an ancient process, the process we instinctively employ to influence the value exchanges we make with other human beings for mutual benefit, it begins to make sense. What we now call marketing must have been used intuitively by humans in the 20th century, the Victorian age, the age of the Great Elizabeth, Romans, Greeks, Chinese, Aztecs, all. We used a marketing toolkit then, we are still using one today, honed, sophisticated, and ever-changing to face the challenges and exploit the opportunities of technology, but unchanged in purpose, to influence, control the exchange process, and when that process by which the exchange of a particular brand, another modern word for an ancient concept, is influenced repeatedly over time, we build the value of that brand as we build what we call loyalty to it. Let's go to a cave and see it in action. The word marketing was not around, but marketing itself was. We are not standing in a prehistoric cave. Well, not yet anyway. We will make the physical journey to a cave later and observe our possibly hairy ancestor interacting and exchanging with his many neighbors. But for now, let's look on the cave as a cosmic cave where mankind exists at the most basic level. Not yet, or no longer, anchored to a particular time or place. One human being, just like you and me, exists alongside one other human being. We humans are all social animals. Our very existence depends on a series of exchanges of values of mutual benefit to both parties. Food may be exchanged for drink, food for food, food for clothing, clothing for shelter, food for favors, favors for favors. Every exchange of values is set in motion by an actor, an initiator, with an agenda, an objective. In a basic one-on-one transaction, our cosmic caveman thinks or vocalizes on the following lines. I want something from you, of value to me. To get it, I have to give you something in return, of value to you. What might you want, of value to you? I have it. Here is what I have. It is precisely what you want. Let's exchange. Of course, there are fellow human beings who will give you what you want or need without demanding something in return, but most of us are not saints, and fewer still are saints 24/7, so it is safest, if you want to effect an exchange in your interest, to assume you have to give something in return, and it had better be what the counterparty wants. You will note already one fundamental in this internal monologue of the cosmic human, a fundamental of the greatest importance to us observant managers and marketers. There is always an initiator. Values are not exchanged spontaneously. One actor always takes the initiative. And if your objective is, with Dr. Kotler, to influence or control the exchange process, there can be no doubt as to who must kick-start the process. You must be the initiator. If you are the only two people in this cosmos, the exchange will be made. Initiator and respondent, target, and both parties will benefit. No problem. But what if there are other humans about? They too may want what you, the initiator, want. They may get in the way. Where there are multiple humans, there will be competition. How do we cope with that? We are still not standing in a real cave, but we are getting closer, because we now have company. We still need food, drink, clothing, shelter, favors, all those existential values which we may have to secure in an exchange with another nearby human being. We still need an actor, an initiator to kick a project into life. But now there are other humans about, neighbors, friends, enemies even. Any one of them may want what your fellow human being, my counterparty, my respondent, your target, has to give and which you so badly need. They are real, actual, or at least potential competitors. Our initiator has competition to see off. For you to control the exchange of values, you must persuade the target that you and only you have what they want. The approach, the strategy, must change. I want something from you of value to me. How do I get it? I have to give you something in return of value to you. What might you want of value to you? So far the same, which only I can give you. I have it. Here is what I have. Only I have it. It is precisely what you want. Let's exchange. And why? By making a value offer and making it clear that it is unique, you have shut out the competition. If what you say is true, and your offering is truly unique, you and only you have precisely what the respondent wants or needs. You have retained control of the exchange by action and persuasion. This is worth repeating. I want something from you of value to me. How do I get it? I have to give you something in return of value to you. What might you want of value to you, which only I can give you? I have it. Here is what I have. Only I have it. It is precisely what you want. Let's exchange. And why? Controlling, influencing one exchange of values is the first step in building brand value. It is certainly not the last, but unless something close to this takes place over and over again, now in the context of a brand, loyalty will elude you and your brand, and value will never be built. But we have influenced one exchange, or better put, exchanges one by one. We have not created a brand, we have not built a brand. We have created no lasting value yet. So now to the cave with a real community of cave neighbors. Here is an evolving market. Here exchanges are about to be influenced, a brand is about to be born. Join us to watch it all happen.